This is continuation of our previous video. And in this video, we are going to see what is Gaia, what are the features under the Gaia portal, features under the smart console, and we'll also see a practical of single gateway deployment. Now, Gaia is the Checkpoint next generation operating system for security appliances. It's based on Linux kernel, and Gaia is available for all the Checkpoint security appliances and open servers. Open servers are nothing but these are the virtual appliances that we term it as an open server in a Checkpoint term. Now, the features that we have under the Gaia portal or the Gaia GUI, we have like network management. Under the network management, we have network interfaces, ARP, DHCP server, host and DNS, IPv4 static routes, default route. All those things has to be done under the Gaia portal itself. You won't be able to configure such things directly through a smart console. Initially, you have to manage all these things through a Gaia portal. You do have a Gaia user management, like configuring different types of roles, or you can say different privileges to our users. You can create a different users, authentication servers, right? Also, we can configure the system management. We can go for advanced routing. We do have BGP, REAP, OSPF, IGMP. All these things comes under the Gaia portal itself. These things does not come under the smart console. So these are the separate features that you have to configure under the Gaia portal itself. Maintenance, license status, backup, downloading the smart console. The most important part, for downloading the smart console, I don't have to go here and there. You can easily download the smart console to access your SMS through the Gaia portal itself. We can also go for a HA redundancy purpose with VRRP, advanced VRRP, or upgrading. All these things can be done through a Gaia portal itself. Now, let's see the features that comes under the smart console. So what is a smart console built for? So these are the blades which are available on your smart console. Like we have anti-bot, threat extraction, anti-spam and mail, data loss prevention, antivirus, IPsec, application control, IPS. Okay, we have a mobile access, URL filtering, firewall. What are all these? These all are the blades. Okay, only the firewall blade is enabled by default under the smart console. Okay, not all the blades. If you want to do application filtering, sub application filtering, URL filtering, you have to enable the blades manually. By default, all these blades are not enabled. So if I need to access these features, I need to get smart console. Only through the smart console, these features or the blades can be activated, and then we can work with or do the configurations. Now, single gateway deployment looks like, feel this is an operating system called as a Gaia, and under the Gaia operating system, we'll have two different applications that we can install. So your entire single gateway deployment will be done in two different phases. In a first phase, we are going to build our Gaia OS. And in a second phase of installation, we are going to see how to install application firewall, okay? Or we can say firewall application on top of the Gaia, and also the SMS, that's your secure management server application on the top of Gaia. So basically under the single operating system, under the single virtual machine, we'll be having two different appliances or two different applications, you can say, running over the Gaia portal. Now this is a kind of a topology that we are going to work with. So we'll have a single Gaia OS. You can see this is a kind of a presentation in which I have shown you. It's a single Gaia OS, inside which we'll install both the applications. So we'll have a single machine, single Gaia operating system, inside which we'll have the management module and also the firewall module. Both will be under a single virtual machine and will be accessing through one management PC. Okay. And in upcoming next video, we'll also see a distributed gateway deployment in which we'll see like we'll have a two different Gaia operating systems. Okay, we'll have two different Gaia operating systems. In one Gaia operating system, we'll have the firewall application, and in the other Gaia OS, we'll have the server management or the secure management server application installed. So basically, we'll have two different machines. Okay, but in our current machine, we'll have in our current deployment, in a single gateway deployment, we'll have a single Gaia OS, and under the single Gaia OS, we'll be having two different modules. And in our next class, as I told you, I'll be showing you, like we'll have a two different modules in our two different operating systems, right? Two different virtual machines will be created. So let's get started with this particular lab. In this lab, we'll be having the management interface on this particular device as a 105.0.0.254, and the management PC through which we can access the Gaia OS or the smart console. On this particular PC will have 105.0.0.5/24 as an IP. So let's get started. Now, uh, here you guys can see, you guys can download the Gaia OS from the website. It's an official website of the Checkpoint Firewall. From here, you guys can directly access and download the ISO image. You can see R81. It's a ISO image file. You can simply go to a support site of the Checkpoint Firewall and you can click on download, and you can easily download this ISO image file. Okay, you can see it is getting downloaded. In my case, I have already downloaded. You can see this is the downloaded file. So now I'm going to install this ISO image inside my VMware. So on VMware, we'll do this deployment. So I'll go to the option, create a new virtual machine. And here I'll go with the custom option. I'll say next. I'll say next. Now here you can go with I will install operating system later and say next. Select the Linux operating system. As I told you earlier, Gaia will be Linux based kernel. So here you can select other Linux 2.6 kernel 64-bit. Okay. And after that, I would say next. I would write name here as a checkpoint 1 or whatever you want. You guys can also change the location of your virtual machine wherever you want to get deployed. In my case, I'm just going with the default path. Now let's say next. Now number of CPUs depends on your system. Whatever the resources you can give, it's better. More resources, more faster it will be. In my case, I have sufficient resources, so I'm giving 2 CPUs and 2 cores. So I would say next. Now in the case of RAM, you can minimum give like 5.5 GB of RAM. But if you have a sufficient RAM, you can go and assign that. So I'm giving like 5.5 GB of RAM. I would say next. Put in a bridge mode if you want to communicate with your base PC. So if you want to reduce the resources of your base PC, so please use the bridge mode. So you don't need the extra PC to access your firewall. Okay. Now say next, 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 create. Minimum you have to give 60 GB storage minimum. More it's up to you, as much as you want to give. Say next and say next, and click on customize the hardware before you finish. Now you need to get into CD DVD and go to ISO image file and browse, and just go to that location where you had downloaded the Checkpoint Firewall ISO image. So select this. Make sure the connect at power and is checked in, because if this particular option is not checked, it won't boot. So after doing all this stuff, click on finish. Now you can see checkpoint 1, a virtual machine has been created all with resources that you had given. Now let's power it on. Now after powering it on, it will give you such type of option. So we'll go with the first option, install Gaia on a checkpoint system. Use your up and down cursor of your keyboard and then press enter to our first option, install Gaia on this particular system. So this is like the first phase of our installation wherein we are building the Gaia base. So first of all, we are installing Gaia OS. After installing the first phase of the installation, then we'll be installing the second phase wherein we'll decide like firewall module or the SMS module we have to install on the top of Gaia OS. So these are the processes. So currently we can see it's loading storage drivers. So it will keep on going. We need to follow the instructions. Okay. So you need to keep some patience. You can see the instructions going on. Okay. And after a few seconds, you will see it will ask you, do you wish to proceed with the installation? You can press your tab key and you can see the pink color is moving from one tab to another tab. So select the OK tab and press enter. Now here you can simply press tab and click on OK. And then here you can simply go with OK. Pressing our tab, you can see the pink color is moving. Now here I need to give the password. So I'll give the password as a capital CHECKPOINT. It's a checkpoint with a C capital. Press tab again. Capital CHECKPOINT as a checkpoint and press tab on OK. Right. Now here we have to go with the static IP or a DHCP IP. It's up to you. In my case, I'm going with the static IP. I'll configure IP as a 105.0.0.254 as a management IP, and my subnet, let it be same. And my gateway, I can give any random IP which is not used my network, or I don't have currently any gateway, so I can simply give any IP. And don't just click on this DHCP. Okay, so simply press a tab and press enter and click on OK. Now you can see the first phase of installation has been started. So once this first phase of installation gets started without any error, after that your device will reboot. This takes around 5 to 10 minutes time based on your system resources, whatever you have given, like RAM, CPU. Okay, so it is basically installing the uh, first phase, or it's installing the Gaia operating system. Okay, so I'll be pausing the video for a few seconds till this gets completed. Now you can see it's about to complete the package installation. Okay, now let's see what's the next step. Now you can see the entire, the installation hasn't been completed till now. Still the phase one installation is going on. It takes around 5 to 10 minutes, as I told you. Okay, we need to wait and see all those, the progress. And you can see the installation of first phase has been done. You can simply press the enter and it will reboot now. So once the reboot happens, now we are done with our first phase of installation. Okay, do not press anything, let it start automatically. So you will see such type of lining going on when the first phase of installation will be done and when it will be restarted. This is how it gets started. Now let it boot first. After booting, we'll go to a command prompt. Okay, and we'll try to ping 105.0.0.254. So we can ping only once this, the complete booting process gets completed. So let this come up, almost done. Okay, so once it shows you this system is for authorized use only, so we can log in with username admin and password as a capital CHECKPOINT. Okay, we can say I have logged in. You can give the command as a show the interface or you can say show interfaces. You can see the list of interfaces over here. Okay, I can see show interface. I can see interface 0. So I can say show interface E0 and press enter. Okay, and you can see what's on current IP over here. It's 105.0.0.254. So I'll come to my base PC and try pinging, and you can see I do have a connectivity. Now I'll try to get the Gaia access of this particular device. So I'll say HTTPS colon double slash 105.0.0.254 and press enter and proceed to continue. And you can see this is a Gaia portal. Okay, so R81, you can see Gaia portal has been installed. Now you need to log in here, admin capital CHECKPOINT, log in with the username and the password, and it will redirect you to installation page wherein you can see the platform is VMware. Okay, so next you can continue with R81 configuration. Say next. We can manually configure the IP, or we can change the existing IP. If you want to change, you can proceed. You can see the interface E0, or if you want to go with off, it's up to you. It's your choice. So in my case, I would like to go with the static IP. And here I can write the name as a, checkpoint 1. I don't have any domain names and the DNS servers as of now. So I'll quickly click on next. And you can see by default, the time zone and the date and time has been taken. So that's correct. Say next. After that, you have an option of the security gateway or a security management. So I'll click on next option. And here you have the two products on the top of Gaia OS, right? So we have a security gateway, that's your firewall application. And you have the security management, that's your SMS. So I'll be selecting both the options. So on the top of Gaia, I'm installing both the applications or the modules, you can say. Now use a Gaia administrator admin, or you want to define any other user. So I would like to go with the default user admin. Say next. Okay. So would you want to get an access to a management interface through any IP address, or you want to stick it to any particular IP? It's up to you. In my case, I would go with any IP address. Say next, and I would say finish and say yes. So you can see the installation of the module, I mean like firewall module and the SMS module has been started. Now this takes around 5 to 10 minutes more depending on your resources what you have given. Okay, so I'll be pausing video till this gets completed. Okay. Okay, we can see our installation has been completed. Now the system will go in a reboot state. So you can see all these options has been done. Okay, you can see the security gateway and security management both has been installed. And a backend, your device will go in a reboot state. You can see your device is going in a reboot state. Okay, so once your device gets rebooted and comes up, after that we can get the access of Gaia. So through this management PC, we are going to get the access of the Gaia OS, and also we are going to have the smart console access. Okay, we'll be installing a smart console on this management PC, and we'll try to get an access to this management module through which we can impose any type of security policies to our firewall. Okay, so let's see. Your system is rebooting now, not yet completed. So let it complete. So almost rebooted. Okay, so we are ready to go with the Gaia portal now. Let the system get started first. Okay, system is about to start. Now we can see system has started. So let's go to our portal page. Now you can see this is a Gaia portal. Now if you log in here with the username admin, password capital CHECKPOINT as I configured earlier, if you log in, then you can see that these are the options which I was talking about that you guys can configure under the Gaia portal. So right now you can see these are the options. These are the options which has to be configured under the Gaia portal itself. And these are the blades. You can see the blades over here like firewall, IPsec, IPS. These are the blades which can be only configured through the smart console. Now to download the smart console, you guys can click on this particular option. You don't have to go to any other websites. So you guys can easily download it from here and install to your PC. In my case, I have already downloaded and installed in my PC. So I'll show you. I'll go with R81. You can see we have R81 and I do have the other R8010. So do not use the lower version to access the higher version. There will be compatibility issue. You won't be able to get an access. So you need a same version of the smart console to access your devices. So I'll be opening my R81 smart console. Okay. Now here I have an IP address and I have a username admin and the password I'll give capital CHECKPOINT. Initially, it won't let you to access because it needs some time to start the database of your device. So it will take some time. Okay, currently it is unable to start. So if you wait around 4 to 5 minutes and then if you check, you will be able to get an access through a smart console. Let's try re-logging to a smart console once again. So once you wait around 5 to 6 minutes around, then you can try relogging. So I'll give a same username, IP address, and the password capital CHECKPOINT and click on login. And if your SMS server, services will be pre-started, then you'll get an access to a smart console. So it's loading data. Please wait for a few minutes. Now it is launching application. And this is your smart console view. Okay, so you have a multiple tabs over here. You have a gateway, you have a security policies, you have logs and monitors, you have manage and settings, and you can see this checkpoint one under which we have the firewall blade. Okay, so currently we have this deployment in which we can see the management and the firewall is included inside the single OS, and we have the management PC through which we are getting an access. Okay, now through this smart console, you guys can get into edit option, and under the edit option, you can see these are the blades. So by default, only the firewall blade is enabled. Okay, so if you want any other blades to be enabled, then you have to manually enable it. And by default, you guys are going to get the 15 days of a trial period. So no need of a license. Without license, you will get the 15 days of a trial period. So by using this 15 days of a trial period, you can access the Checkpoint Firewall. So this is one of the GUI smart console, and we have the other GUI as a Gaia portal. So these are the two types of GUIs. Okay. Now I'll see you guys in a next video in which I'll be representing the distributed deployment. Okay, thanks for this video.